right, Spurs fans. Ready for another deep dive? This one's going to be juicy, I'm telling you. It's transfer season. The 2025 window's coming up. The rumor mill is already going crazy. And there's one we just half-E to talk about. Get this. Hugo Larsson. Yeah, you heard that right. The young midfielder who's been tearing it up at Eintracht Frankfurt. He's on our radar.
That's right, and it gets even better. Apparently, Arsenal and Liverpool are interested too.
Those guys.
Can you believe the nerve?
Honestly, though, is anyone really surprised?
Not really. The kid's got serious talent.
Seriously, he's only 20 years old, but he's already running the show in the Bundesliga. You know that's not easy.
Yeah.
And he's making it look easy. You see in his highlights.
Oh, yeah.
Vision passing, goals, assists. I mean, he's got the whole package.
Exactly. He's the kind of player that can turn a game on its head just like that. What's really interesting is that he fits right into what Postecoglou is building at Spurs. Remember last summer? We lost Hodgberg and Lo Celso.
Yeah.
Larsson could be the answer to our midfield problems. He's dynamic, technical, and clearly not afraid of a challenge.
Okay, so you're telling me we've got a shot at a young, hungry midfielder who's already proving himself in one of the toughest leagues in Europe. And he fits Postecoglou's system perfectly. I'm already getting excited.
Yeah.
But come on, this is Tottenham. There's gotta be a catch.
Of course there's a catch. It wouldn't be a proper transfer saga without it. Remember Larsson just signed a new contract with Frankfurt?
Uh-oh.
And there's no release clause? So Levy's gonna have to pull a rabbit out his hat and probably shell out a pretty penny if he wants to bring Larsson to North London.
You're right. No release clause. That means Frankfurt has all the power. This is classic Levy, though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
He's a master negotiator. If anyone can pull it off, it's him.
Yeah.
But we are talking about Arsenal and Liverpool here. Those guys have got deep pockets. This is going to be a tough one.
No doubt about it. Think about it. Frankfurt knows they've got a star on their hands. They're not going to let him go cheap. I saw some reports saying it could take over 40 million euros. To get them to sell, that's a lot of money, even for a player like Larsson.
40 million. Woof. Levy better be ready to open up that checkbook. But think about it. If we sign him, we'd have Bazuma, Bentancur, and Larsson in midfield.
That's a scary thought.
Pure domination.
I know, right? Makes you dream a little, doesn't it? But hold on, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. We haven't even talked about the tactical side of things.
Yes, let's break that down.
What's interesting about Larsson is that he's been called a box-to-box midfielder. Basically, he can do it all, defend, attack, create chances. He's got the energy to run all day and the vision to pick out that killer pass. Sound familiar? Remember Moussa Dembele?
Oh man, I love Dembele.
You see the similarities?
Absolutely. Dembele just bossed the midfield. He was a beast, and those passes. If Larsson can be even half as good as Dembele, we're in for a treat. I can already picture him sending those pinpoint passes to Son and Kulusevski.
Exactly, and don't forget about Kane if he's still with us. Larsson could be the key to unlocking our attack, taking our game to a whole new level. This could be a game changer.
All right, I'm sold. Let's sign him up. But seriously though, does Larsson even see Tottenham as the right move for him? I mean, he's got other options, right?
Of course. We're not the only ones after him. Put yourself in his shoes for a second. You're a young, talented midfielder, and you've got the world at your feet. You've got Arsenal and Liverpool knocking on your door, promising you fame and fortune. Then there's Tottenham, with Postecoglou at the helm, building something special. What do you do?
That is the million-dollar question. It's a tough one. But we've got something special brewing here at Spurs, something those other clubs don't have. We've got passion, history, and a manager who's not afraid to take risks.
That's right. Plus, we're back in the Champions League. Those magical European nights at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah.
Any ambitious young player would want to be a part of that.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground already, but we're just getting started. Buckle up, Spurs fans. This transfer saga is about to get wild.
You know it. We've got so much more to talk about. A closer look at Larsson's playing style, the financial side of things, and how he fits into our squad.
Stay tuned. We'll be back soon with more on this exciting and honestly kind of nerve-wracking transfer saga, COYS.
COYS. Okay, so we've established Hugo Larsson's a hot prospect and probably going to cost a pretty penny, and that Spurs are in the mix with some big names to sign him. But let's dive a little deeper, shall we? What's this kid all about? Would he actually fit in at Tottenham?
Okay, yeah, you've got my attention. What's so special about this Larsson guy?
Well, so the lane and back called him a midfield maestro. He's already pulling the strings at Eintracht Frankfurt, and he's only 20. They're saying he's got vision, passing range, can even score a goal or two.
That's promising. But haven't we heard this before? We've been looking for that creative spark in midfield since Eriksen left. Remember those days? Pinpoint passes, defenses split open like a ripe melon. It was pure magic.
Oh, believe me, I haven't forgotten those Eriksson masterclasses. And while it's early days, Larsson seems like he could have some of that same potential. But here's the thing, he's not just about fancy footwork and Hollywood passes. The article also says he's got a real engine on him, not afraid to get stuck in defensively.
Wait, so he can create and defend? That's exactly what Postecoglou wants, right? High-intensity pressing, win the ball back quickly, then bam! Lightning-fast counterattacks. Is this kid too good to be true?
He's definitely an exciting prospect. Imagine him alongside Bizuma and Bentancur. Talk about a midfield masterclass. He could learn so much from them and become a world-class player right here at Spurs.
Okay, I'm already picturing it. Bizuma with his power and tenacity, Bentancur with that elegance and vision, and then Larsson injecting some youthful energy and creativity into the mix. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it.
It's like a football symphony. And we can't forget about the firepower up front. Playing with Son and Kulusevski would be a dream come true for any young midfielder. Can you imagine feeding those goal machines week in and week out? And we're back in the Champions League. That's got to be a huge draw for any ambitious player.
So we've got a lot going for us, but let's not forget about the competition. Arsenal and Liverpool are no joke. They've got money and a history of attracting top talent.
True, but we've got something they don't be done. The Postecoglou factor. His attacking style is turning heads across Europe, and players are taking notice. They want to be a part of what he's building at Spurs.
Plus, we're Tottenham Hotspur. We've got history, tradition, a fan base that lives and breathes this club. We may not have the same cash as those other clubs, but we've got something special here at Spurs. A spirit that money can't buy.
You can't put a price on that kind of spirit and togetherness. It's in our DNA. And let's be real, who wouldn't want to play in front of that electric atmosphere at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the South Stand on a European night? It sends shivers down your spine.
Oh, absolutely. The noise, the passionate chants. It's truly special. You go if you're out there listening. Come to Spurs. You'll be playing for a club with a rich history, a bright future, and the most passionate fans in the world.
We'll welcome you with open arms. But let's get back down to earth for a second. Convincing Frankfurt to let go of their star midfielder, especially without a release clause, is going to be tough, don't you think?
You're right, it's not going to be an easy negotiation. But if anyone can pull it off, it's Levy. He's a master of the deal. He's made some incredible signings. Remember when we got Son from Bayer Leverkusen? Nobody thought we could do that.
Oh, that was a glorious day. Son's a club legend now. And you're right, if Levy could bring us Son, he can bring us Larsson.
Exactly. So let's keep the faith, Spurs fans. This transfer saga is far from over, and there are bound to be twists and turns ahead.
But no matter what happens, we'll be here cheering on our beloved Spurs every step of the way. COYS.
COYS. Until next time, folks, keep those fingers crossed for some positive news on the Larsson front. All right, let's be real for a minute. We've talked about Larsson's potential, the competition, the Tottenham dream, but there's one big thing we haven't really talked about.
Oh yeah, the price tag. Can't forget about that.
To the lane and back mentioned a number that made my jaw drop.
40 million euros.
40 million. I know Levy loves a bargain, but surely even he wouldn't say no to that price if it meant getting a player who could totally change our midfield. Think about it. Bizuma, Bentancur, and Larsson. That's what dreams are made of.
It's tempting, isn't it? A player like Larsson doesn't come around every day. He could be the heart of our midfield for years. But 40 million is a lot of money, especially when we need to strengthen other areas too.
You're right. We definitely need some help up front. Maybe another striker to give Kane a break, and another center back wouldn't hurt either. But if Larsson's the key to unlocking our potential, the player who can take us to the next level, wouldn't he be worth every penny?
It's a tough one. Levy's a smart guy, but this is a gamble. A 40 million euro gamble. It all comes down to how much he believes in Larsson.
It's a gamble I'd take. Just imagine that Larsson scores his first goal at the lane. The crowd goes wild. The chance of, he's one of our own. Gives me chills just thinking about it.
Okay, calm down. We got to sign him first. And remember, Arsenal and Liverpool are still out there. It's not going to be easy to beat them to the punch.
Yeah, it's going to be a real battle, that's for sure. We're up against two of the biggest spenders in the league. But money isn't everything, right? These days, players want more than just a big payday. They want to be part of something special, a team with a vision, a manager who inspires them.
Right, and that's where we have an advantage. Postecoglou's attacking style is attracting attention all over Europe. Plus, we've got Champions League football, the thrill of those North London derbies, and the best fans in the world. I think we've got a real shot here.
We've got something those other clubs just don't have. Tottenham Hotspur magic. It's in the air, it's in the stands, it's in the history of this club. Come on, Hugo, make the right choice. Come to Tottenham.
Well, Spurs fans, looks like we've got another transfer saga to keep us on the edge of our seats. As always, we'll be here breaking down every rumor, every twist and turn until the very end.
You know it. No matter what happens, we'll be here supporting our Spurs through it all, because that's what being a Spurs fan is all about.
COYS.
COYS. Until next time, keep the faith, and let's hope for some good news on the Hugo Larson front.